Hey there, I'm Jennifer,
And I'm Jackie.
and welcome to Slightly Unsupervised. We're best friends, business partners, and the chaos behind Bestimony, a ceremony we created to celebrate the kind of soulmates who don't come with a marriage license.
This podcast is all about that friendship energy, the deep stuff, the messy stuff, and the laugh till you snort stuff.
So whether you're driving, folding laundry, or hiding in your car for some peace and quiet,
You're in good company. Let's get slightly unsupervised. Today, we are talking about can you have more than one soulmate? Before we get started today, I want to ask everyone listening a question. What is a soulmate? Most of us were raised to believe a soulmate is the one person we're destined to love romantically, the person who completes us, the person we're meant to spend forever with. The dictionary defines a soulmate as a person ideally suited to another as a close friend or romantic partner. Now, I don't know about you, but I find it interesting that close friend made the definition because somewhere along the way, society decided soulmates were only romantic. And yet, when I think about the people who have shaped my life the most, some of them aren't romantic relationships at all. They're friendships. Today, we're asking a question that might challenge the way we think about love. Can you have more than one soulmate? And can one of those soulmates be your best friend?
well, if you ask me, 100%. Like,
Mm-hmm.
soulmate definition to its core is a person that's suited to you. And I looked it up. I wanted to kind of dig deeper into it because I think that, from us being soulmates, 100%, we've lived another life together. I'm almost certain there's just too much familiarity to some of the things that have happened in our lives. We run a parallel, don't you think, Jackie? I feel like I go through something, then you go through it, or you go through something, and I go through it. But the parallels in our lives are very similar to each other about all the things that we have dealt with. And
Right. Just different times.
different
Mm-hmm.
times. So sometimes she leads and I follow and I look to her for, direction. And
Guidance. Yeah.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's the opposite. But the parallels in our lives, in particular, Jackie and I, is just oddly similar to
Mhm.
really to just say that it wasn't. But I wanted to kind of read this thing about one of the things that's most interesting distinctions between a soulmate friendship and a romantic friendship, and it's not always, but often. So, if you have a best friend or a soulmate, agree or disagree with me, Jackie. We cannot talk for 15 years. We can come back to it. It took us a little time, but we're back to familiarity, right? We're already really back to familiarity when I would see you during those 15 years.
Mhm.
We'd see someone, we talking to each other, even though
Mhm.
we were thinking we're not friends anymore. And the stories would start coming up, right? Like, oh, Jen, you remember this? Or Jackie, you remember that? Like, even then it was that way. And then
Yeah.
we got
And
back
I
together.
don't think and we always say I don't think we weren't not friends, we just weren't hanging out
Right,
anymore.
right,
Right. So
right.
I just wanna kinda, like,
But it wasn't
say
like,
that.
"Oh, I'm gonna just hang out with Jackie today, and we're just gonna,"
Yeah.
like, there wasn't that familiarity. We'd had sort of a
Right.
break in that. So, but
Yeah.
here's the main difference. So a romantic relationship, if you're talking about romance and your soulmate, 100% you can have them. I totally agree with it. Your romantic person can be it, but it depends on how much there's so many conditions it depends on, right? In order for a romantic relationship to survive, you cannot have a romantic relationship, disagree with me or not, and then 3 years later see the person again and go right back to where you are because it's the different
No.
yeah, the dynamics are different, right? So a romantic relationship needs to survive and thrive on these factors: physical presence, exclusivity, shared goals, attraction, daily partnership, finances, parenting styles, lifestyle compatibility, and timing. When those elements disappear, that relationship cannot simply resume where it started from, right? So a true
Uh-huh.
best friend soulmate can sometimes go years without speaking, reconnect over coffee, and within minutes find themselves back in the same emotional space. The affection may have been dormant, but it was never gone. And that's because friends need different things from you. And I don't need your physical presence, your exclusivity, your shared goals, your attraction, your daily. Those things are something that you grow with somebody and you're doing. These things that are
Mhm.
with a best friend, a soulmate that may be a best friend, they're different because proximity is not a thing. It is about the recognition of it. Jackie and I are not in proximity to each other. Jackie is in California and I am in Nashville, and we are not in proximity together. And we're still connected very tightly. We don't have to see each other. We don't have to have conversations every day. We don't have to do any of those things because the familiarity is the relationship has a familiarity that you can't just have with everybody. You can't have that in romantic. Romantic is not familiarity. It has a set of rules that need to be in the parameters of that. So friendship, our podcast is not digging on romantic relationships. Absolutely not. want to recognize that 100%. We're just trying to tell the world that these relationships matter and these are why these things matter. So, a friend is part of your identity. A soulmate friend returns. It can feel like meeting someone again. It's not like meeting somebody again, it's like recovering a piece of yourself, right? Like, I forgot about that about myself, or I forgot, yeah, we did that, or whatever. Like, somebody remembers some things about you that I don't remember. So, romantic love will often ask, can we build a life together? And a soulmate friendship will ask you, will you be a witness in my life with me? Can you witness this and can you remember these things with me? So both of them are found, but only one can sometimes disappear for years and return, and the heart truly never let it go. And when that person returns, it doesn't feel like starting over. It feels like coming home. And so that is the difference, I think, mostly with a romantic relationship versus another one. And those are important, not taken away from either one of them. I think everybody has different soulmates. But if we're just talking about the one that's your friend, that's the true difference. It can leave and come back and start up right where it left off. And I don't know if that's true on a romantic side. I think romantic requires more input to keep it alive daily,
Mhm.
hourly, sometimes every few minutes. You need to be in contact with this person. So, anyways, I think soulmates are. I think so. Society has forgotten that this is an important relationship, and I think that's if I'm going to have one goal in life, if I'm going to have one purpose in life, it's that I'm going to remind the world that, or I'm going to bring it to light. It's not even remind. I think we all know. I just don't think we've put a place into it. These relationships matter and these women matter and they witness your life and they know your story. They know all of your story, the backstory, the front story, the in-between story, the after story, all of the stories. And they're so important to protect and honor because they're a big deal. I think they're a big deal. Jack, do you think they're a big deal?
Definitely. And I don't know what I'd do without you guys.
Yeah. Like
Mhm.
it's so important to just let's start these conversations now where we say, y'all pay attention to it. It matters more than you think. I was just telling Jackie, I went to have drinks with a friend of ours last night that we knew from high school. I was friends with her and Jack was friends with her, whatever, we're friends. But the first thing she was asking is like, what is new? What's going on? And her friend was with her. I didn't know her friend, but her friend came with her. And I was just telling her about this testimony thing that Jackie and I are doing. We've got a whole thing going on about it. Anyways, I was telling her about it and they were listening with intent eyes. Both of them were females. And I was like talking about this best friend thing how important this thing is. And within minutes of just having this conversation, all three of us are crying, tears in our eyes. We're taking our napkins and putting our eyes back up because it never gets any nobody ever talks about it. It's like, how's your husband? How's your boyfriend? What are you guys doing? Like, are you validated in life by having a husband? Are you validated in life by having a successful relationship with another opposite sex or same sex? Doesn't matter to me. But, here's somebody that we never ask, do you have a best friend? Are you really someone's like best friend? Do you have somebody in your life that thinks you're the end all to be all in the friend world? And like nobody ever gets any credit for that. And so all I'm saying is it needs a recognition and it needs a place where people feel comfortable with going, maybe I didn't get the best luck and love, but maybe I've got the best freaking best friend on the planet. And I am so lucky with that. Like, give some women some places to have success that isn't romantic all the time. So that's all I'm
Mhm.
saying. Do you kind of agree with that, Jackie? Like, there's a lot of women that we know that maybe haven't had the best romantic relationships or have failed, but they have really good friends, and that should be celebrated too. Like, you're a really good friend.
Yeah, both of us. We're examples. Hello. That's why we're doing this, right?
Right, exactly. We didn't get 100% scorecard on the romance in the beginning, so we're
Hello,
moving
we've been
on.
through it all. Like we were
Yeah,
also lost our friendship for a while because I had a man who did not like you.
right? And I did not like
And
him, and that's fair.
exactly vice
Yeah,
versa.
yeah,
So,
but
hello.
yeah,
Hanging out was not a choice.
I know, I wondered, like, if we ever think about that, like, if how life could have been different if we had been remained friends. I don't know how I just don't know how you would have stayed with him. I just don't think I would have put up with that for very long. So, I mean, he was right in getting rid of me for sure. He was right at that. That helped him in his plot to
Right. And
keep you.
and the only thing that's different is if I wouldn't have had my children, and I have my
Sure,
children.
sure.
But, of course, we probably still would have been friends, it just would have been a different thing.
Yeah.
But, of course, because I've had my children, I would never change it,
No,
for that reason.
no.
So, that's where
100%. And we're
you're at,
not,
yeah.
everything happens for a reason and every
Mhm.
reason has a
And now
purpose.
look, we're both very happy at where we're at. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
There you go.
There was
It
a
can
reason
flip
for
around.
everything.
Yeah.
Nope, there's a
But if you have
reason.
to lose your best friend for somebody, that's a big warning sign, y'all. That's probably not that's
Mhm.
somebody knowing you have too much influence over somebody and you got to go. Hit the
Yeah.
road, little lady, you're not helping me out here. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, here's some signs that you found a friendship soulmate. She knows your history. A check mark for us. There's a lot of history there that even before the currents and even before the befores, there was a lot of history. She remembers your dreams, right? She reminds you
Mhm.
sometimes of that stuff. Like I've told Jackie many times, remind me of this stuff because I'll forget about it. Like keep that in your back pocket. There was a girl before that had some stuff and even with Jackie, there was a girl before Jackie was married to her first husband and quite certain that I was put in her pathway before and after, but way after the divorce because I came back and was like, well, that's not who you are. First of all, like we've talked about it, it's not a moot subject, but I reminded her who she was before that situation happened and remind her of her feistiness that she used to have and letting her get back to some of that. I know your current husband doesn't appreciate the cheering you on when you have an opinion and stay
No, he does too. He
like
says there's no controlling me now.
good. And that's why we're going to keep that. So, celebrate your victories. Calls you out on your nonsense. I get an A grade on that one. Although you will
Yeah.
do it too. I know you
Yeah.
will. Shows up when life gets hard, doesn't hide in the back, stands in the front and says, "Okay, let's go. Life's hard. Let's get this figured out." And loves you through multiple versions of yourself, which I am currently in multiple versions of myself. So, thank you, Jackie, for loving me through all of them and
Of course.
understanding the many different personalities I have currently. So,
Oh, we both do, so don't worry about it. All friends do, hopefully. I
I
think
hope
we all
so.
do.
I hope so.
Don't
So,
pretend like you only have one. No one has one.
no, exactly. So anyway, so again, we want to invite you, Mandy and Billy are one of our podcasts or one of our bestimony stories on our YouTube channel, Bestimonies, and they have a life too. They have a good story, and from a soulmate aspect, since they're four. And interestingly enough, I don't remember this about Billy and Mandy, but I remember this story about when I watched it was that they were not like they were best friends. They were always together, but they were not like in the same group as friends at schools. They were different groups. And so they would hang out with different people but they were still best friends like behind the scenes, which I thought was interesting because it was you would think that if they were friends in high school and all those things, they'd be together all the time and they'd be best friends in the same group. That wasn't true with Mandy and Billy. They were in different groups. And so Mandy was in a different group than Billy. And so, but still, they're best friends and they're still best friends. And that has lasted a really long time. And some marriages have come and gone in that way. There's some very variable, valuable lessons in that one. So I invite you to listen to Mandy and Billy. They are very connected and definitely what I would consider best friend soulmates beyond Jackie and I. So,
Mhm.
anyways, all right,
They're good.
let's go into the bestie rapid fire question. Jackie, you go first.
Okay. All right. Answer the phone at 2 a.m.
Who's more likely to answer the phone
Me,
at 2? Probably. I'm
not
asleep.
you.
Yeah.
You
Don't
won't
call me
answer.
after 7, 8. I'm asleep.
Well, the second one we already know. Hello, get arrested first. Jackie,
Yes.
duh.
I don't have that under my scorecard. Thank you very much. But by the grace of God.
And we've already had this one crying during a commercial. I
Oh,
say
that's
you
me.
now. It used to be
Starts a
me
random
too, but
adventure. Yeah. Starts a random adventure. That's
me.
you. Yeah. Huh. And then
Forget where
text.
they parked.
We
We've
already went
already went
through
to
this.
this.
These are the same ones. All right. Let's go to the ones we haven't done. Keep a secret. Ooh, sometimes I have a hard time
Me.
with that. Yeah.
I'm better.
I forget. I'm not supposed to say things. I'm not trying to be rude, y'all. I really are not. I do generally forget that I'm supposed to not say something sometimes. I will give a secret away. So
And
don't. Gotta
this
be
is
careful what you
you.
tell me.
And we all know give brutally honest advice. That's Jen.
For sure. You
Show
need
up
some
with
brutal
food
advice.
during a crisis. That would
That's
be
you.
me. That's
And
me.
remember something embarrassing from 1987.
Me.
You,
I'm
probably.
good with the memory things. Remember, I tell everybody, you guys are always like, I'll remember his birthdays and all the different things we have to remember.
Right, that's true, and also just to remember, like, what was going on, so, yeah, we do lean into Jackie's memory quite a bit, although I brought some stories to the thing that I remember
Yeah,
that are different. I think that's what's good about our group is that everybody has a different memory bank, and
that's true.
we can keep a lot more things alive because somebody else has remembered it, and we're like, "Oh, I totally forgot about that," and
Or
then they
some
were
of us have remembered it differently. I've noticed that now.
yeah.
Like some things I've remembered and it's been a little different than what it really was.
Really? So you're like, maybe my
Yeah.
memory is a
So I
little
have to
shady?
like, tell me if it's not exactly right because I don't want to say it wrong.
But I think too, like, it's hard to remember because it was our perception at that time, right? So when we were having a memory at 1987, we're 17 years old. Like,
Yeah.
the perception of the situation was different than it would be for now. So looking back on it now, you'd be
Mhm.
like, "Oh, that wasn't a big deal." But back then, it was like, "Oh my god, this is the biggest thing that ever happened to me in my life. I'm so embarrassed," or
Mhm.
whatever. So perception and time changes because our viewpoints change as we get mature and get older. So, anyways, all right,
Mhm.
Jackie, a soulmate is someone who
Get you completely and support you in becoming the best version of yourself.
it
That's
is
it.
knows the familiarity of a soulmate is what is really, I think,
Get you completely.
yeah,
That's it.
really, you get familiarity with somebody. Like I said, Jackie's life and I are parallel so much that there has to be a connection that happened before we arrived on this earth. We are somewhere
Yeah.
together before.
Like, you know me, what I'm thinking, I know you, what you're thinking, like I tell you, like, I know when I'm with you, when I was just with you,
Yeah,
certain things, I could tell your mood changes, what you're like, how I
right,
need to just kinda go with you, like,
right,
I need to take over on this, she's not in the mood right now, blah, blah, blah,
right,
she needs to
right,
go do her thing, like, I just know it, you know what I
right,
mean? And you kinda know where I'm at, like, same thing. It's just knowing each other and just taking it over and not caring. It's like, you
right.
gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I'm taking over
Make the other
because
one.
I am taking it
Mhm.
off your plate. I can do it right
Mhm.
now. I don't care. Give it to me. I'll
Yep.
do it. So
Mhm.
that's it. Okay. The thing. No,
Oh,
is
the
this your
thing the best this was for you. The thing that my best friend understands about me that nobody else does is what?
is
I like how you smile.
I
You
know
guys
you
can't
can't
see her,
see me.
but she's smiling right now. It makes me
It's
scared.
no. The thing that she understands more than any nobody else is this like where it came from. Like I don't know. I don't know if I could have the friendship with a bunch of people that I don't know now because I'm a different human, but there was a different human prior to all of my life getting a hold of me, right? So there's a different Jen prior to life getting a hold of her. There was a different Jackie before life got a hold of her. Like we get bamboozled into believing certain things about ourselves or changing our personalities to fit a certain circumstance or whatever. So the thing that she gets about me that nobody else does is who I was and who I am becoming, but more and so important is the person I was because a lot of her she was fun. I mean, I was a fun 17-year-old to some degree. I had a good time and I'm thankful that you have that history and that you know that person and the evolving of who I've become, but also the getting to remember who I used to be and getting to still be part of that sometimes and still tapping into that and still laughing and just having a good time and releasing that. So that's just the thing that you understand. You understand my history better than anybody because we lived it together and I don't you can't just pick up from somebody and give them the history. You can't. It's for me that is the one. So thank you, Jackie, for being that because you do, and I do smile because I'm thankful. I'm thankful for having it. So, all right,
Uh,
Jackie, the thing I admire the most about Jennifer is
her passionate drive with her goals and her independent purpose. But I also have your unwavering integrity and your honesty.
well,
And
thank you.
also, I couldn't just stop with one thing.
Oh goodness,
Your deep empathy, your ability to truly feel and understand my emotions, you like that?
right? Your emotions, which I do.
Resilient kindness to me and others.
Well, thank you.
Sorry, I
That's
had to
really
put more than
beautiful.
one. I was like, but the first one was your passionate drive. That's your big thing. You're just, because I'm
You're
like, I just have to go in my bed and just roll up with how much drive you have.
right? And who knew that
Yes.
it would come out? Like I'm like, damn girl, take a chill pill. I feel like I'm my own publicist. I'm booking myself on so many shows and trying to get myself out, and I'm like the entertainment, and I'm getting like bamboozled by my publicist. Only I'm my own publicist. I'm doing it to myself. So I'm like, girl, chill out. You don't need to rule the world. But I don't know why that is. It just is. So thank you for being understanding of it. And thank you for the journey you come with me before we had this podcast, we had a little chat and I just was checking in with her to make sure that she was okay because I will, I'll go 100 miles an hour. And Jackie's like, I'm on a cruise control at 30 miles. I drive fast, Jackie drives slow. That is a very good indication of how we are, right? Jackie wants to cruise, check out the scenery. I fly by the scenery at 100 miles an hour because I need to get where I'm going. And isn't that the truth though,
Yeah,
Jackie?
that's true. That's a good
That you
explanation of both
you
of us.
drive your personality and I drive my personality. Like I drive like my
Mhm.
personality. Like
Mhm.
I will get my car washed every day. So
I'm like, "Ooh, driving. Ooh, squirrel. Ooh."
she drives so slow, y'all. So slow. I'm just like, "Oh my god, are we gonna get there today?" Safe? Safe is another word I will put with Jackie.
Thank
Everything
you.
is
Very
very
safe.
safe, and you take your life in your hands when you get in the car with me because we may or may not make it there. So, anyways, okay. The thing I admire most about Jackie is unwavering devotion and just the person that will stand by me through anything. I cannot give credit to you any more than I already have. I'm so blessed. So blessed. Like you are my ride or die and have been since we were kids, right? So we lean into each other so very much. But the fact that you don't waver and the fact that you don't leave and the fact that you understand, that's such a blessing, Jack. Such a blessing. See, I'm gonna cry.
Mhm.
I'm always crying.
Don't.
I
Don't
know.
cry.
That
Don't cry.
you
Because 'cause you'll make
can't
me cry.
you can't understand how much this girl will stand up for you until you've been through it. And then you go, "Oh my god," like, it's such a blessing, and she doesn't give a shit. Like, I don't care who she pisses off. She doesn't care who she pisses off. She will do it because that's who she is at her core. Such a devoted and beautiful friend. So, thank you, Jack.
You're welcome. I love you.
I love you too. Alright, let me get through this outro if I can. One of the reasons Bestimony exists is because we believe some of the greatest love stories in our lives aren't romantic. They are women who stand beside us through every season. The women who knows our stories, the women who remember where we came from, the women who remind us who we are when we have forgotten. Friendship isn't competing with marriage. It isn't competing with family. It isn't competing with other relationships. It's simply taking its rightful place among the relationships that matter most. Because love is bigger than romance, and soulmates come in many forms. So maybe today, take a moment and tell your person how much they matter because time is fleeting and stories should be told. And one of the greatest love stories of your life is your best friend. We'll see you next time on Slightly Unsupervised. If this episode hit you in the feels or made you laugh way too hard, we consider that a win.
Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your ride or die.
And when you're ready to make your friendship official, book your bestimony at rhinestoneweddingchapel.com.
Because the best love stories don't always come with a ring.
We stick together, ride or die to the moon, and no amount of space could ever come between us two. The reuniting's like we've never been apart, and every single time we're eye to eye and heart to heart. There's not enough words to describe what you mean to me. Through heartaches and ups and downs in this life, you've stayed right next to me. I vow to make you laugh till you cry and talk about everything under the moon. The definition of a best friend is you. And we'll keep dancing through the rain, forever connected. Same page, we're writing our story every day. We'll keep on growing. trust.